Nice thin diameter branch here, so I'm going to do a side step cut. So I'm going to go through about 2/3 on the lower side, because that's the side I'm going to pull it towards me, and then I'm going to go up about, I don't know, 3 inches, because it's quite a thin diameter. Just make sure that the steps are overlapping. Put my saw away. Now I've got 2 hands. Okay, so this one I've got about a 5 foot long piece. It's about 4 or 5 inches in diameter. So I'll make my first cut. So I've gone about 3/4 of the way through, and then I'll make my second cut. This one I'm going to make about 2 inches above. And you just need to make sure that they completely overlap each other, because if they don't overlap, then you're not going to get that snap off. Whereas as long as you know that, you can go as far through as you need to make sure they overlap, and that you're happy that they've overlapped. And then once you're familiar and you do it over and over again, you'll know how far you need to cut through. But this will make a nice easy snap for this piece, and then I can just throw it exactly where I want it. Okay, now it comes to blocking down the stem. So the step cut is my go-to cut for whenever I'm blocking down. I don't want the saw to get pinched, so I'll cut as far through as I can until the gap starts to close. Then I'll pull the saw out, and then I can come in from the other side, put my saw away, and then I've got 2 hands free to maneuver the piece wherever I want to put it. When it comes to blocking down a stem, especially if you're on something quite upright, you haven't really got the worry of the piece actually falling off just of its own kind of weight. The larger the stem, the closer the step should be, until, even like some huge stuff, until it's almost touching. So like I say, yeah, go through like 3/4 or even more until the gap starts to close. I also like to always use, wherever possible, use the bottom of the bar, because the chain pulls the saw into the cut, so you're not fighting the saw. And you're in a much more kind of comfortable position. So I'll always do my first cut from the bottom of the bar, because that's the cut that I'm going to be cutting the longest. And then if I'm in a comfortable position, I'll flip the saw over and I'll come in with the bottom of the bar from the other side. But some situations it's just way easier to do the first cut bottom of the bar, and then second cut just do the small cut with the top of the bar. And then when the pieces start getting larger, I'll always try and have the lower of the step on my side, so when I pull it towards me, and then the piece of wood doesn't have to fight that little step. You don't have to lift it over, you just kind of slide it off.